having a lot of questions about that PUSD application and the main application. And so the way to sign up for that, and you can see that in my question and answer comment, is to go to Coach Jamal's Canvas counseling announcement about STEMway. And so at the bottom of that, there's a quick PDF application. PUSD needs that for you to be able to like join the internship as part of PUSD. And so you just need to fill that out, submit it to Coach Jamal, and then go over to our STEMway website and sign up for internships by clicking the sign up button at the top right. You'll have created your STEMway account after that. Then you have to go to the pathway hubs. And again, this is all my comment. So if you want to look at this later, it's in there. Click your desired pathway and follow the steps listed in the About This category post. And so that post will have all the different information about like all the steps that you need to take in order to complete that pathway hub, gain all the necessary experience, and go into the internship knowing everything that you need to know. And then also we had a couple of questions about which pathways would best suit a person who is new to STEM related studies. And so all of our pathways do have, if you're a beginner, all of our pathways are beginner friendly. That is the main reason that we have the pathway hubs, is for you to get all the STEM experience that you need to join our pathways. But for someone who's really wants to have like a beginner friendly experience, I would recommend personally UX, UI design, or full stack development, since they have the least prerequisites. Bioinformatics typically is a graduate level project. And so as high schoolers, you are expected to kind of step up to that level and be working on a graduate level project. And the same can be said for machine learning as well, because there is a lot of CS behind that and a lot of theory. And so if you're really interested in like a rigorous assignment, I would definitely go for bioinformatics or machine learning. Otherwise, if you're just starting out, that's perfectly fine. You can still do those two pathways, but I would also recommend looking at the other pathways as well. And then I was getting a couple of other questions on like, is there a place on STEMway to be familiar with or learn programming languages? Yes, there is. All of our pathway hubs will have information about learning what programming languages you need to know. And if the information is not there, it'll still like there'll still be a list of everything that you need to know. And so they might just say you have to learn Python for this. I would recommend looking at different resources. W3 Schools is a great resource if you want to learn programming. Another one is Code Academy. They have a couple of free courses there, so I would check that out. I'll put it all in a comment and put it on so you guys can see that. But otherwise, we also had one more question about how many people are in a team. Typically, it's about 15 students. You'll have around 2 leads. So those are typically college students or master's students who will be leading a project. They have a lot of information, they have a lot of experience in your field. And the rest of people will be either participants, which are people who are actively working on the project, or observers, people who are just watching the project, learning about it, and just getting introduced to the field. And all of our projects are about 6 weeks long. And so during those 6 weeks, there'll be a project plan, just like what Sanya showed you about like the week by week plan. And so you'll have all that information there when you go on to the internship. And you can just get started. The pathway hubs really are the place for you to gain all the internship experience you need before moving on to those internships and gaining all the actual soft skills and working through all those projects. We had one more question of how we can get started as of right now. All you need to do is, like I said, go to the STEMway website, sign up for the pathway hubs, do all the pathway hub work, and you're pretty much good. All of our deadlines are coming up for the pathway hubs pretty shortly. And so those projects, like all the final meetings for those pathway hubs are going to be towards the end of the month. So as soon as you can get started, the better. That is one of the main things that we wanted to see is these pathway hubs have a really short time period for you to do, and it's kind of self-selecting. So the students who maybe don't have all that information or aren't able to learn as quickly will automatically get like pushed out. And so definitely try working on the pathway hubs. They're going to be hard. That's part of the experience, but try to work through them, complete them as soon as possible, and you're going to be considered for internships.